With that down, let's move on to this, shall we? Today is game day.
Game day.
Star Wars Skeleton Crew is coming out. And listen, I haven't been this excited for a new Star Wars show in a while. I mean, I was pretty stoked for Acolyte. Look how that turned out. I was pretty excited for Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Look how that turned out. Because of the trailers, I even got excited for Ahsoka. Look how that turned out. Anyway, but I am legitimately excited for Star Wars Skeleton Crew. And today, the first 2 episodes drop. A little bit later this evening, it's finally here. It's coming out. And one of the big reasons why I'm excited about it is because of who is running the show. John Watts, the guy who directed Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man No Way Home. And he also did a really good job with that Brad Pitt, George Clooney movie, Wolves.
Yeah.
He did a really good job on that. And this is the guy, not to mention Academy Award-winning best directors at the Oscar, the Daniels, who directed Everything Everywhere All at Once. They're directing an episode. Bryce Dallas Howard is directing an episode. Again, all being showrun by John Watt. I think there's a lot of reason to be excited. The trailers have been great. It really gives us that Goonies, 80s Amblin feeling. I think it's all felt fantastic. Well, in the UK, lucky bastards, they did a special advanced fan screening where a whole bunch of fans, even a couple of critics got to go, not many, but they did a fan screening of it. And the first reactions from the audience are now coming out, and they're pretty damn good. This comes to us from the folks over at Comic Book Movie who listed off a bunch of people, reactions they got on social media. A gentleman by the name of Phil Roberts wrote, John Watts' Skeleton Crew is a blast. The series effortlessly captures the spirit of the Goonies to deliver a fun, kid-centric Star Wars adventure. It's an energetic, fun story that expands the sandbox with its light-hearted tone, great score, great performances, solid start. I should mention, they showed the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
Not the whole series, but the first 2 episodes. All right. As Thomas wrote, first 2 episodes of Skeleton Crew are a lot of fun. This series brings a refreshing perspective by expanding the Star Wars universe in exciting new ways. It's a love letter to children's adventure films from the 80s. Mark writes, couldn't be happier with what I've seen of Star Wars Skeleton Crew so far. Energetic, snappy, warm, genuinely funny, pacey, engaging. I really enjoyed it. GFFA, not sure that is. Fans will quickly embrace it and a perfect jumping on point for new fans, so it's a win-win. Nicola writes, the first 2 episodes of Skeleton Crew are so much fun. Think 80s Amblin adventure vibes with a sprinkle of early Mando. The first episode admittedly takes a while to kick into gear, though. I would genuinely do anything for Neil. What an absolute cutie. Let's see. Coincidentally, Neil writes, the first 2 episodes of Skeleton Crew recapture the magic of 80s Amblin movies. It's the franchise at its most family-friendly, embracing its silliness alongside a wondrous sense of adventure. A brilliant Star Wars introduction for any younglings in the audience. Brandon wrote, we can tweet about Skeleton Crew? Nice to have some sense of wonder in the Star Wars universe. Having kids be the center of this, probably what he meant, helps greatly. Kieran writes, saw the first 2 episodes of Star Wars Skeleton Crew early thanks to Disney Plus UK, and it did not disappoint. A surprising opening, a wonderful cast, and an intriguing hook for the rest of the series. Can't wait for more. Chris Connor writes, okay, thought Skeleton Crew was pretty solid. Great score, and looking forward to seeing more of Jude Law. Likeable ensemble and a refreshing family-friendly series, which really suits the release window. Review to follow. And Mark Newbold, this is the last one we'll read here, says, couldn't be happier with what I've seen in Star Wars so far. And they actually had this one already. Anyway, so a little mix in of a couple of critics who were there, but also some average fans. And I got emailed from some of our UK viewers last night that said they knew people who went to it and said everybody loved it. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Life 360 Tile Trackers. With the holidays right around the corner, it's all about family, fun, and of course, keeping track of everything while traveling or hosting. For me, that's where Life 360's Tile Trackers are an absolute lifesaver. These little things help keep the holiday stress in check. Whether I'm tracking my keys, wallet, or even our luggage when we travel, Tile Trackers make it easy to keep tabs on everything important. Just open the Tile app to ring it when it's nearby, nearby or track down its location on the map if it's a bit farther. I had mentioned this one time I went to a poker tournament in Vegas, and I keep everything, my wallet, my tablet, and stuff like that, in this satchel backpack of mine, and I thought I lost it. I went crazy for hours until I finally realized I had left it in the car. If I had had Tile Tracker, it would have made my life a lot simpler. And here's one of the things I love about Tile. Tile syncs with Life 360, so I can see the location of my family members and all of our tiled items in one spot. So make your holidays a little less stressful and family-proof your season with Life 360's Tile Trackers. Visit tile.com and use the code Campea to get 15% off. That's tile.com. Use the code Campea. So now, here's the caution flag. All right, let's be honest here. They showed these folks the first 2 episodes. You know what almost all Star Wars shows do well?
The first 2 episodes.
First 2 episodes. They almost all start well. I loved the first couple of episodes, at least the first episode of Obi-Wan. I was on board through the first 2 episodes of even Acolyte. I thought Ahsoka had a pretty good start.
Mm-hmm.
Mandalorian obviously started great, and that went on to great. But, I mean, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, Acolyte.
Obi-Wan's first episode, I mean,
I was really on board with
such a promise of greatness. Like, that was to me on par with Andor, the way it started.
Yeah.
But
I mean, so like Star Wars shows start strong. Okay. It sounds like Skeleton Crew starts strong. Great. Unfortunately, not all of them, but a lot of the Star Wars series start strong and then go right to the crapper. So is it good news that audiences seem to like the first 2 episodes?
Yeah.
Yes, that's good.
these are also the ones that are eager to see it.
Yeah.
That are, you know.
But then again, I was eager to see Acolyte too. and I'm like,
you were eager to see Rings of Power, and you saw that in theaters.
oh yeah. I went to go see the first 2 episodes of Rings of Power and I almost tapped out of the show.
Yeah.
Right there. So, I mean, sometimes getting the most excited people can be a double-edged sword, because those are the people that can be most prone to be disappointed. But okay, so they start strong. Great. The real question is going to come. We're going to get the first 2 episodes tonight. The real test starts coming next week. And then the week after that, once we get into episodes 3 and 4 and 5. So it sounds like they're off to a good start. Great. I'm happy to hear it. I'm super excited. I can't wait to sit down and watch this tonight.
And we're getting the first 2 episodes?
First 2 episodes tonight. And then I think they drop on Tuesdays from here on out, I think. So tonight's the only time they're dropping on Monday. Then the rest of them, I believe, are on Tuesdays. But anyway, good to hear. Solid responses are always good. I would just love to talk to somebody who's seen the whole series.
Yeah.
And to see, because is this going to be Andor, that, hey, it starts strong and just keeps getting better all the way through? Or is it going to be, you know, Obi-Wan, Acolyte, Ahsoka, you know, a bunch of the other that just started okay and then went down that roller coaster drop?
Do you have a number in your head, a threshold now for how many episodes you'll give a show until you just say no?
4.
4?
Now, there could be exceptions to that. Like, you know, a good example of that, remember the CW Arrowverse show Legends of Tomorrow?
Right.
Yeah.
That was a show that, to me, was always okay. You know, like, not good enough that I would be excited to watch the next episode, but just good enough that when the next episode came out, I'd watch it. So, like, that can string me along for a while. But yeah, if you don't have me won over by episode 4, I think that's a good time for me to kind of tap. By the way, as an example, I watched the 3rd episode of Dune Prophecy last night. And while I thought the first episode was okay, and I thought the second episode was pretty good, after the 3rd episode, I'm just going to give it one more. Because they have some really cool story stuff going on, but they're not telling the story well.
Yeah.
And it's not Denis Villeneuve. So I'm getting close to tapping out of Dune Prophecy.
See, that leans into what I was thinking about this, because if you look at the Skeleton Crew directors list, it's not going to be from a lack of talent directors.
Oh, it's all stars, and up and down, all stars.
And I think the actors are going to be great. It's down to the writing and the story. So Yeah, I mean, if you're going to get through John Watts and David Lowery, you get another Lowery right there in episode 3. That means the Daniels one has to screw the pooch for you to drop out before you even try to go with Jake or Bryce Dallas Howard. So, yeah, that's going to be story driven for you.
Yeah, it has to be, and I hope they crush it. I hope they kill it. Again, I just need to see what they're gonna do. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? A bunch of the audience has now seen the first 2 episodes. Of course, they come out tonight, and they're saying they're really enjoying the first couple of episodes of Skeleton Crew. I'm excited to hear that, but that's what Star Wars shows do. They start strong. Can they stay strong? That's always the catch. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.